Hey y'all, welcome back to the kitchen. I have a wonderful video I shot today in my garden, and I'm not posting it right away. It has to go through some edits, and then I have to go ahead and put that. It won't be on this channel, it'll be on my other channel, Tea Time with Tea. So I can't wait for you guys to see that. Oh man, it was such a lovely day outside. The pollen has really jacked me up. I'm just coming off of a sinus infection, so just bear with me today. I'm chopping my dinner up a little bit because, like I said, I had just I spent the day, most of the day outside. My husband's still out there. He's washing our vehicle. So I'm actually already starting on dinner. So, of course, traditional Sunday dinner. I have some rice and peas going. So my peas are already cooking. Okay. And I have some acorn squash that I'm getting ready to cut up. I'm going to put in the oven and bake it. That is going to be like dessert today because I'm also making some homemade ice cream. Well, nice cream. Because I have a lactose issue and I cannot have like milk like everyone else. So I'm making my base with frozen bananas. So it should be really delicious. And I'm looking forward to it. I actually made some strawberry ice cream. I'll show you what it looks like because I'm getting ready to switch out my containers and put it into a smaller one because me and my husband was nibbling on it, but I forgot my husband has an issue with strawberries. So does our baby girl, so he can't have it, so that is all mine. But I'm actually going to make him his own ice cream, and as you can see, it's almost gone. So I'm gonna see if I can fit it in my other container over here and put that back in the freezer, and then I'm gonna use this to go ahead and make his ice cream. But when I tell you delicious, oh. It is super, 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 super yummy, okay? And just so you can see my beautiful ice cream, it was just, I was so proud of myself, y'all. I know. Mm. Oh, if I can get me an ice cream maker, it's over. Literally, that is just, it's so good. But before it starts, I just took it out. It's super hard, so I'm not worried about it thawing out. I just want you to see me prep this acorn squash. So I've already washed it, and it looks like an acorn, doesn't it? Like the acorns that the little squirrels pick up and things like that. That's exactly what it is. But it is in the pumpkin family. So when I open this, you'll see it literally looks like everything else that's in the pumpkin family. Cantaloupe, honeydew, they all look the same. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut through this. And I should have probably put you on my other stand, but remember what I told you before about the last one. Don't come with no little rinky dinky knife because it's not gonna work for you, okay? You have to have something heavy duty to get through it. Look at that beautiful acorn squash. Oh my gosh. And this one smells like cantaloupe to me. More like cantaloupe honeydew mix. So what I'm gonna do for this is scrape out the seeds. When you guys see my yard video, man, it's wonderful. What I actually did when I made the butternut squash last time, I took those seeds and sprouted them. I have butternut squash, y'all. Literally, it's growing. So I can't wait for you. I'm just overexcited, okay? Just bear with me. But I'm gonna scoop these seeds out. So what I typically like to do for these is bake them. I made this for my brother. One of my brothers is strictly no meat. No anything with eyes, feathers, beaks, paws, claws, fins. He doesn't eat any of that. So I baked this for him, and I made it like sweet potato. I just put a little bit cinnamon sugar and baked it, and he loved it. We actually ate it as a meal, but I got this idea for my girlfriend's, Lourdes. Thank you, Lourdes, for that. She eats hers, she bakes it and put ice cream on it. So if this ice cream process is in enough time, by the time these are, by the end of the evening, I might save one half and use it to make it with the ice cream. So without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and get me another spoon and scoop these seeds out. Like I said, I've already washed them. So typically what I do with these is I'll put a little bit of oil on them. You can use olive oil, as long as it's a high heat olive oil, or grapeseed oil. Give them a little bath, and I just bake them. They bake like sweet potato, and they are naturally sweet, but they're not sweet like sweet potato. So when they get to their baking stage, they're done. I'll sprinkle a little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of brown sugar or light brown sugar or honey, whatever you like to sweeten with. Put it on top, and OMG. And if you like a little butter, you can do that too, but you know, whatever you like. But I'm telling you, this is so wonderful, like super, super wonderful. So let me scrape these seeds out. All right, so seeds are coming out. I'm gonna give you my other little thing. Let me show you what I'm doing. How crazy is that? You can't see what I'm doing. I switch stands. There we go. Now it's all fair in the kitchen. You can see what I'm doing. All right, so we're gonna scrape these seeds out. Get them all out of there. All right, beautiful, right? Oh, I heard you up here. I'm debating if I'm gonna do these as well, because I do have some things going in the yard already. But I have another squash in there, don't worry. If I don't do I hate wasting seeds. I really want to sprout these. I'll probably go ahead and sprout them. I know I am. I already know I am. All right, let me gather these because I don't want to lose any. So you might be asking, how do you sprout these? Okay, so what you can do, typically how I start my seeds off, I'll give these a wash. Once I wash them off, then I will put them in a wet paper towel, and I typically like to put them in a nice, they have to be in a dark space, so I put them in some foil and I put them somewhere behind something on my counter, just hiding it from light and everything else, and keep it cool, and they sprout. So I'll deal with these later. I have to clean them up. I have to remember they're in there so I don't throw them out. But like I said, if something happens, malfunction, I have another squash. All right, so let's move these out of the way. I placed my squash on a baking sheet, so I'm gonna grab some grapeseed oil, which is, if you see me cook, you know that's what I use. I'm gonna grab my grapeseed oil, and then I'm gonna pop these in the oven. My oven is already on preheat, 350. I'm cooking other stuff, so it can take its time and slow cook. I don't mind. That's basically what it's gonna do. Okay. Let's get that grapeseed oil. Time to get hands dirty. Oh, really? Come on now. These are a little, okay, there we go. So what's happening here? All right, so we're gonna give them a bath. Not a whole lot, they don't need a lot. But you just wanna make sure that they're covered in the belly, around the back. The skin, obviously, I'm leaving it on here. It's a protective shell for this baking that we're getting ready to do. And once it's done, you just eat it out of the shell. A little rub around. Okay. That is the way they're going in there. So I'm gonna put these in, I'm gonna cover them and then let them bake. Let me wash this off real quick. We are holding on to these gloves because I have a lot of stuff I'm doing today. So let's cover these up and we're gonna put them in the oven. And then I gotta scoop that ice cream out of there. All right. I don't want it too tight on here, just loosely packaged because we want to make sure that they can steam because that's basically all they're going to do. So in the oven that they're going in, our peas are still doing okay. And then that's what we're doing with that. So now, the ice cream. Let's see if we can scoop all this ice cream into this container. If we can't, guess what? We're gonna eat it. I always have little containers around the house. You see my greens? We're having greens today too. I don't have a whole lot of containers like for this kind of stuff. But since I had some soup earlier this week when I wasn't feeling too well, I said, you know, I'm gonna keep this container and put the rest of my ice cream in there. So that's what I'm doing. Oh my God, y'all. This ice cream is so freaking good. And I use frozen strawberries. I use coconut cream and almond milk in here and just blend. And that's how I made this beautiful ice cream. So you're gonna watch me make the banana and look, there's some left. Guess what? I'm eating that. I know it's before dinner, but guess what? I don't care. And see, my husband's ice cream, I'm gonna tip a little rum in there for him. He loves rum raisin, and because this is not a rum raisin ice cream, I do have raisins. Maybe I could pop some in there. I'll see how he feels about it. The pollen still messing with me from outside, y'all. I'm sorry. But we're gonna see. But look at this. How much do you think you're gonna pay for this ice cream in the store? And I just made it. Okay. I'm just gonna leave it right there. All right, so ice cream is in. I'm gonna grab me a bowl for that. Wash this. Y'all. Scoop my ice cream here. Ooh. Ooh-wee. All right, let me wash this. Actually, I'll do that in 1 second. Let me go ahead and move this out of the way. We're gonna make this ice cream, y'all. Now, I have two Ninjas. One that has an ice cream setting on it, and this one just has blend. I like this one. I love the other one because if it's like the strawberries I had were really, really hard. So I put them in there. The bananas should be, they're hard because I cut them up last night. So we should be able to use this, but if I feel like I'm having difficulty, I'll get the big one to this, okay? I think we should be all right though. It's all good. It really is. So for your ice cream, if you cannot have milk, okay, what you want to do is make sure that you have a non-dairy heavy whipping cream or a non-dairy cream that you can use and some almond milk. And if you have coconut cream, you want to make sure you can do that too as a sweetener. But you can pretty much sweeten your ice cream with whatever you desire, honestly. It's really up to you. Now, my husband is lactose intolerant as well. He uses a different kind of milk, but he'll tolerate the almond milk. So that's what I made the ice cream with last time, and that's what I'm going to make it with again. Okay. Now let me see if I have some more coconut cream. If not, then I'll be forced to use all of my cream, but it's all good if I do. Let's see. I have my coconut milk. Yeah, I'm gonna rock it with the coconut milk. And I have the sweet. Okay, I got it. I got it. I wish y'all could hear my husband out here singing. OMG. It's hilarious. He is enjoying himself. He's washing the vehicle, so. And it's not so hot outside, so he's really doing his thing. Let me check one more time. I could have swore I had some more coconut cream. You know, we make drinks with that too, so that could be why there wasn't any in here. I have a lot of coconut milk, though. Okay, well, that's okay. It's all good. I'll be all right. Anyway, let's move on. The show must go on. My bananas are ripe, so they're sweet too. So there's no ice going in this. I'm going to bring in my other stand so we're not in the way of things here. Where's production when you need it? I know y'all hear me. When y'all get back over here and want some ice cream, you're going to have to help with this camera. It's all good, though. I love it. Y'all know I have two hands, but I make it work, okay? All right. So, back to business. Now, let's make this ice cream. Okay, so my bananas, the best thing to do for your bananas, if you are looking to use that as the base, not an additive like a vanilla type situation, if you're looking to make sure that that is the base, you want to make sure they are frozen, like frozen, because that's it. That's the base for your ice cream. Okay, so here we go. These are my bananas. This is about, I think it was like four bananas. It was 4 bananas I had left that were really, really ripe. So I went ahead and took those and cut them up and froze them last night. So they are hard. All right, and because they are the base, we're gonna work slow with this liquid we're putting in here, okay? So I have a sweet cream creamer that's non-dairy. I'm gonna pour that in there first. I'm gonna blend with that, and I'm also gonna mix the almond milk too, because it's a little looser. That's a little thick. That, and then I'm gonna drop some coconut milk. This should be really flavorful, guys. I'm looking forward to it. Shake it real good. And then I'm gonna tip a little bit of lemon here. That's it, a little bit. Okay. Hey, this is for my hubby. You know, I gotta make it special, right? Old school people. You already know. Tipping the can up. Yep. Pour a little bit of that in there. Oh, let me loosen up the other side. This wasn't the right knife for it, but it still works. Okay. A little bit of that nice thick coconut milk. Oh. Let's blend. Don't get a little loud. Pinch of vanilla in there. Actually, that was all of it. So that was about a half a teaspoon, just about, but the flavor should be really good. You don't need a whole lot of vanilla. Taste the flavor on this. So let's pop this top real quick. Ooh. Oh, that's good. Mmm. Ooh. Oh my goodness. That is yummy. My husband likes things a little sweet, so I may tip a little bit of cane sugar in here for him. But that is sweet already. It really doesn't need anything, but I know his taste buds are a little bit different than mine. So, hold please. And I'm gonna be the nice wife that I am. I'm gonna put some raisins in there for him. We won't blend those. As I'm pouring it, I'll add it. Put just a little bit of cane sugar in here. And I do mean a little bit. Because those bananas are already sweet. It really doesn't need it. All right. Oh my God, guys. This is going to be some good ice cream. All right, let's blend. And while this is blending, I'm going to go ahead and wash out my bowl and my ice cream scooper to have that ready. And I'm going to clean off my spoon as well so I can do another tasting of this. I'm super excited about this right here. Try this up real quick. We don't want water in our ice cream. Our nice cream. My peas are boiling. Oh, yes. Man, that pollen really got to me today. Wowie, wow. All right, so let's taste our nice cream. I know it's done blending, so I don't need the base of this anymore. So I'm gonna go ahead and move that back over there by my fridge. We definitely don't need that anymore. Oh my God, this looks good. It's thick too, so it should freeze very well. Oh my God, he's gonna love this. Man, that's good. Woo. Look at this. It's nice and thick, so like I said, it should freeze very well. It's early in the afternoon, so I'm hoping by the time dinner is done and ready and over, he can have his ice cream. If not, I won't tell him I made it. Well, he'll know I made it, but he can have it tomorrow. All right, so guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna drop it like it's hot. So you can watch me pour this in here. Because I don't like to keep anything from you guys, especially when we're making things like this. So we're gonna pour. Wow, this looks amazing. And we're gonna add the raisins. Gonna pour and add some more raisins. So it's like a rum raisin. It's guess what? It doesn't have all of the milk in there that hurts your belly. It has some rum in there. Oh man. This is so dang good. Hold on. You see me, right? Oh my God, this is yummy. I had to get the last little drop on this spoon. This is so good. That's gonna make one heck of ice cream, but I don't know if I just hurt myself because if my husband loves this, I have to make it for him all the time. Okay, and now you just take it and freeze it. That's it. So here's your nice cream. The raisins have sunk to the bottom, which is fine. That's what they're supposed to do. Because when you buy rum raisin ice cream, do you ever see it on top? Not really. It's already covered. So that is the homemade ice cream. And I'm gonna pause this video because as you can see, I'm just getting started and I have a lot to do. My greens are just thawing out. I got some things. So if you see the video a little choppy, that's fine. You see me cooking. However, you will see the finished product. You always do. So that's the homemade ice cream, y'all. I did want you to see this step by step. So I used just some almond milk. I have a non-dairy coffee creamer because if you can't find a non-dairy heavy whipping cream, just use a non-dairy coffee creamer. You can use a non-dairy half and half, whatever you have. You can use that, and then I'll tip some coconut milk in there. And then, of course, these raisins, which I'll finish eating the rest of those. That's the ice cream. Frozen bananas is the base. And like I said, you don't have to use these. You can use regular milk. If you still can tolerate milk, by all means, use that. Use what you like to use. And if you are lactose intolerant, you can use lactate milk. Like I said, my husband drinks that from time to time. When he wants a milk taste without the aggravation on his belly, he'll use lactate. So you can use that to make your ice cream if you want. But that's our nice cream, okay? So I'm gonna eat mine, my strawberry one, because I'm the only one that can eat it. You guys. Whew. Listen, with all these recalls they're having, and I'm going to cut this video real quick because I got to get going on other things. But all the recalls they're having on ice cream and this and that and this, honey, you can make this stuff at home. You don't have to keep going to the store and being disappointed because there's something that you love and you can't have it now because it's been recalled. Make it yourself. And, you know, a lot of the things that we take for granted that our, you know, grandparents and stuff. My grandmother used to make us homemade ice cream all the time. Like, she had the rock salt, like the real ice cream. Like, But that's when milk didn't bother too much of us, probably because the cows back then didn't suffer the way that they're suffering now, and things weren't processed like they are processed now. Not to get into all of that, but you already know things are just not the way they were when we grew up, okay? That's just, without getting all over the place. It's just not. And with that being said, the way things are processed now, it's just not the same. And you keep hearing stuff getting contaminated. This factory is closed temporarily because they got to do sanitation. This stuff is that. People don't wash their hands. All kinds of stuff. You never know why the bacteria started in the first place, okay? And I'm just, keeping it real with that. You don't know. And because you don't know, make it yourself. That's the whole point of this. Make it yourself. If you can make it yourself, make it yourself, So I just showed you how to make some ice cream. I loved ice cream as a kid. I love it as an adult. However, milk does not love me, and I don't love it. So I've come up with different things that I like to do, just so I can still have the things that I want. I just don't have to suffer just to eat them, eating them in vain. I won't do that ever again. So there's the ice cream, and you'll see my dinner process as it goes along, okay? It's just one of those days. Like I said, I'm just recovering from a sinus infection and just trying to get back in the groove of things. So, yeah, that's what's going to be today. But I'm glad you got to see the ice cream. Yes, so you can do it. No excuses, okay? All right, for my lactose people, I gave you another nugget today, and then you can watch the rest of my dinner as it completes itself with my help. All right, I'll see you shortly. All right, y'all. You see the acorn squash? Oh, y'all. Look at that. I want to dig into this right now, but I'm not going to do it. So that's that. Okay. Rice is done. Of course, Now, I did make my husband some brown stew chicken because he still eats it every now and then. So I went ahead and made him some. So his meal is ready. Okay. Now I'm going to move this pot out of my way and go ahead and make my greens. So you can watch me do that. All right. All right, y'all, you see these greens are rocking and rolling here. Oh, yeah. They got enough seasoning on them. And I had just a pinch of sugar in there. And I do mean a pinch. And my dinner is just about ready. I'll give you a drive-by view. Remember I was telling you guys in my early cooking that, you know, if you still have families that are transitioning, you're part of a family that's transitioning, and you do vegetarian, pescatarian, you know, carnivore, whatever you're eating, and you have a mixed family, you can still eat your meal. You just have one common ground for whatever you're trying to eat, and then you just go from there, right? All right, so let me show you. Now, my greens have, me and this nose ring all day long, y'all. So what I have now, I'm done. And I'm gonna show you the finished product, because the only thing that I have left, my rice is still steaming just a little bit, but it is done. So I have my greens done, my beautiful rice. Isn't that beautiful? My lovely squash is done. I have some brown stew chicken that I made for my husband. Okay, so how I usually do it, if you still have a family that's eating meat, I take a whole chicken and I clean it, wash it, skin it, everything, season it, and I take half of that and I cook that for my husband. The other half I freeze because I don't eat it. So what I do for him is that I'll cook it whatever he wants. So if he wants it fried, we'll do fried. That'll give him at least 2.5 meals, okay, by himself. And then we'll have rice, whatever veggie, and then whatever else that we're eating. So with his meal, I did brown stew. So this will last him 2 dinners and a half, maybe, you know. It just depends on how hungry he is. But I typically like to cut the pieces up in nice size where I know for sure that that'll last him at least 2 dinners. So tonight he'll eat, and then tomorrow he'll have that. But you can do that. That's a compromise you can do, because, you know, your style of eating doesn't have to penalize your family. If they still want to eat chicken or fish or whatever, let them have that. You know, you don't have to, you know, put everyone in an uncomfortable state of mind or a state of chaos during dinner time. It's not necessary. So that's just something that I do for him. And then I have whatever I'm having. So of course I'm eating my greens, I'm having my squash, I got my rice and peas. Hey, I'm good. And you know, avocados going on there, so I don't miss any protein. Like the Sunday before, I don't think I filmed that, but I had chickpeas. I had curry chickpeas. That was my meat for me. That was my protein for dinner. And I had rice and peas, and we had a lovely dinner. So you can always, you know, make do with things. You just have to figure out what both of you like, if it's just you and your partner, or what you and your family like. You know, when all our kids were home, I would do regular chicken for them, and I would do a plant-based chicken for me. And that's how I got introduced to Gardein. And that's how we rolled, and I've been rolling like that for years. So I'm used to it. It doesn't bother me at all. I just do what I have to do, prep it, and that's it. So I'll do a plate of food and show a picture when my husband comes in. He's still outside working, y'all, but dinner's ready. So I'll do that little presentation, and I hope you like it. So without further ado, here's the pictures, and then I will see you on my next video, okay? Have a great evening. And one more thing. Don't think I forgot about the ice cream. I'm going to check on it right now while we have a minute before I serve food. I'm just going to check it. I'm not bothering it to disturb it. I just want to see how it's freezing. I didn't tell him I made it either. Oh, yeah. It's getting there. It's a little thick. I had it slant. I forgot the latest level, but it's all right. It's my ice cream. But you still has a little wiggle to it. So if he doesn't have it tonight, I'll show you what it looks like tomorrow. It'll definitely be ready by then. But oh my God, it tastes so good. So if you saw what I put in there, just follow the same thing. I didn't measure anything. But the one thing you do want to make sure is that your bananas are frozen, like solid frozen, not just like you just put them in there and you know they still got some time to freeze. You want them frozen. So if you do it like today, let it freeze overnight, at least a good almost 24 hours, if not 24 hours, so they're really frozen. And you just want to make sure you don't put too much liquid in it. That's really it. And then you have the base for your ice cream. Nice cream. Okay? All right. Well, I'm out. And now here are your pictures. Okay. Bye.